What I'd like to do now is introduce our opening speaker. He doesn't really need a lot of introduction. This is Sid Jamieson. Sid Jamieson lives up in Bucknell, just north of where I live, in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. It's about an hour north of where I live in the Harrisburg area, on the Susquehanna. And we've spent a lot of time on Susquehanna. My kids and I have. They scuba dived, they've snorkeled, they've swam, they've fished, they've kayaked. We've had water fights in Susquehanna. We share a love for that river. And Sid is a respected environmental leader in the Haudenosaunee Environmental Council and brings to us a message about the value of the land, the connection with the land that I think is the basis for all of us being here and for doing the work that we're doing for the conservation of the resources that we value and treasure so much. Sid?
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Jim Levitt, and thank you, Joel Dunn, for including an Indigenous voice at these meetings. I am here today representing an ancient culture of conservation, balance, and the interconnectedness of all things. Today we have gathered, and we see that the cycle of life continues. We've been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and all living things. So now we bring our minds together as one, as we give greetings and thanks to each other as people. I am you, and you are me. Now our minds are one. Where will we be when the water we drink makes us sick? When the air we breathe hurts our lungs? When the rain eats the leaves on the trees? When a river catches fire? When the great white bear can no longer find his food? And the geese no longer fly south? It is my privilege and significant honor to bring you greetings from Tadadaho, Sid Hill, leader of the Iroquois Confederacy, or as we prefer, the Haudenosaunee nations, whose age-old history and culture remains an important geopolitical entity, especially when one speaks of the environment. Our traditional people continue to lead a holistic way of life, which is founded upon the ideology of we are all a part of everything that is beneath us, everything that is around us, and everything that is above us. The opening address of all meetings and ceremonies is known as the words that come before all else, reminding everyone gathered of their responsibilities to honor and respect Mother Earth and the living focus of the universe. Guiding us along our journey is the 7 generations principle, which tells us that we must consider what our decisions will mean to the next 7 generations to come. The Haudenosaunee nations maintain a unique spiritual, cultural, and historic relationship with the land. We consider ourselves as being one with the land and stewards thereof. We do not consider ourselves to own the land. The Susquehanna River Basin is perhaps the most important waterway in the development of this country. It was the New York State Thruway, the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and Route 95 in Maryland. The Susquehanna River provided the means for a chief in 1744 to travel to a meeting in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, of the then state governors, 1744. His message was later typeset by Benjamin Franklin, who, along with Samuel Adams and Thomas Jefferson, subsequently spent a great deal of time in Iroquois territory, which later significantly influenced the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights. 11 trading paths intersected near present-day Sunbury, Pennsylvania, connecting the East Coast to the center of North America and the Great Lakes. It was a major route for trade and diplomacy among Indian nations, as well as the interactions between the Iroquois and the Euro-Americans. Quite clearly, there is a lack of education at many levels regarding this ancient throughway and the natural laws of life as related to the Susquehanna River Basin. Two of our ancient clans are named eel and turtle. Today, it is difficult to find an eel in the upper reaches of the Susquehanna. And species of turtles have disappeared as well. Now, our black bass fish have a skin pigment on them that is of undetermined origin. And we no longer find shad. Which at one time they were commercially fished and were very plentiful. The Haudenosaunee have, through our environmental task force, a mission statement to conserve, preserve, protect, and restore our environmental, natural, and cultural resources, to promote the health and survival of the sacred web of life for future generations, to support other indigenous nations working on environmental issues, and to fulfill our responsibilities to the natural world as our Creator instructed. What of our ancient sites along the river, many of which have long since been forgotten, destroyed, or pilfered? Shattered petroglyphs, destroyed by the construction of dams, the sale of land containing known and unknown historically significant archaeological sites, the pollution of water caused by mining discharge, and today, fracking, the significant amounts of water being drawn from streams and rivers for the purpose of questionable activities, the destruction of pristine lands, which leads us to a host of other very negative impacts on the ecosystem, not to mention the lives of the humans in those areas as well. The Haudenosaunee look forward to the discussion and implementation of large landscape conservation as stewards of all that is above us, below us, and all that is around us. The people of the Haudenosaunee nations welcome this discussion on behalf of the next 7 generations. Ona.